Hi, I am Simón Gómez Gallego, and I have enjoyed being a Civic Fellow with the Civic Orchestra of Chicago. I am currently a performer, a teacher, and I run a small business here in Chicago, and I really enjoy all those aspects of my career. I'm very excited to share with you some practice tips that I have learned in the past few years. So first of all, I really want to make sure I'm set up for my practice session. It's very important for me to schedule my practice session in advance so I can really devote about 45 minutes to an hour to focusing extremely hard in anything that I'm preparing. So I want to schedule that in advance. I want to put it in my calendar. I want to have everything I need in one room. Sometimes I want to have my coffee. I want to have all my mallets, my metronome, water, anything I need. So after I'm all set up, I like to warm up. It's very important to warm up. Some of the best musicians I know, pretty much almost all of them have a warm-up routine. So I know violinists like to do scales. As a percussionist, I really like to do hand-to-hand exercises. That is alternating exercises. So I get to feel both of my hands as even as possible. So I would start with exercises like that I really enjoy. Then I would move on and maybe do some double stops. So I really want to make sure both of my hands are starting to feel good. Then I speed it up towards the end of the warm-up. So after I'm all warmed up, then I can proceed to tackle any challenging passages that I'm learning or a new piece that I'm learning. For instance, the excerpt I just played for you, it's from the overture of Porgy and Bess. It looks like kind of a challenging excerpt. So I want to make sure I make it simple. And I would slow it down. I'll figure out what stickings I'm going to use. The stickings for me is when I decide what hand am I going to hit each note. For a pianist, that would be fingerings. For a violinist, that would be figuring out where the bowings go. So I would try to find the stickings that make the most sense for the piece. And then I would really slow down the piece. And then I'm going to use the metronome. This is going to be my tool for the day. That is going to help me achieve fluency in this excerpt. So I would put the metronome, very slow. It's going to help me with every 16 note. So I would start at half the tempo of the excerpt, and I'm going to very carefully try to match all those 16 notes when I start playing. Right? So once I'm comfortable playing the whole excerpt at this speed, I would start speeding it up. So I would go all the way up to my target tempo of 126. So once I feel really comfortable with the 16 notes, and if I cannot hear them, I would put some headphones on so I can hear them really clearly. I would start taking off the clicks so I don't rely on the metronome so much. So I would then go and play it with 8 notes only, then with quarter notes only. Right? And once I'm comfortable playing the excerpt with every quarter note, I'm going to move on and just put the click at the beginning of each bar. It's going to sound like this. So once I feel really comfortable having the click at the beginning of each bar, I'm going to feel really confident that I have done my homework and that I'm going to have really solid time when I perform this either with the orchestra or in an audition. And so these are ways that I use the metronome in a creative way, and I want to be very creative in the practice room with everything I do. I really enjoy playing percussion because I get to be very creative not just with the xylophone, but with the whole array of instruments that we have. So, for instance, the tambourine is an instrument that we don't study a lot when we're in school, but then we have to make it sound really good, and we have to come up with ideas and techniques on how to make it sound good. Sometimes we want to use our knees. Let's say we have repetitive rhythms. All right, so sometimes we have to figure out ways to make it sound good that we haven't been taught. So I really enjoy this creativity as a percussionist, and that also transfers to being a musician in general. I have to be creative as a teacher, and I'm also creative with this side hustle I have. I have a side small business where I make timpani accessories that I sell to many different timpanis across the country. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will check out other videos from the Practice Tips website, and have fun practicing.